So where I may have been a little critical with the Z Fold 6, I'm actually have a very positive perception on the Z Flip 6. Samsung has done a very good job in finding a market specifically for this, where it hits a large target audience due to its stylistic approach and features that it offers. So what really sets this apart from its bigger brother is the focus and refinement that Samsung has on the Z Flip 6 as opposed to the Fold 6. And where that really is shown is in its stylistic approach and its efforts to its colors, its form factor, and even its market it's trying to hit, which is a lot different than what the market Samsung is trying to hit with the Fold 6. Where this phone is a great all-around device that still has good performance, you don't specifically look at this being your powerhouse type of device as opposed to the Z Fold 6. Really expecting all the bells and whistles to be thrown at this device because of its price point and because of all its features that it should have. Keyword should have, but we're not seeing advancements with this type of device. But we are seeing refinement with this type of device. And so what Samsung has really done here is improve on key factors with the Z Flip 6 by squaring off the whole design, making it a more modern feeling device, increasing the cameras, increasing the RAM, of course putting the newest Snapdragon processor in it, and slightly improving battery life. So the main things that have changed with this is, of course, the cameras. The main has been bumped up to 50 megapixel, where the wide angle camera is at a 12 megapixel. But out of the cameras to put on this device, I believe a primary and a wide is the preferred route to go as opposed to a telephoto that some of the competitors are doing. I believe that in most cases you're going to use this wide angle more than a telephoto. So if I had to pick my camera lenses to be on a device of this form factor, I would definitely pick the wide angle over a telephoto. Beyond, of course, the cameras that have been refined is the hinge, and that's a big part of the overall design change. Besides squaring off the whole frame, the hinge has been reduced in size, resulting in less of a crease on the Flip 6. It's not a lot, but the crease can definitely be less noticeable, I feel, on the Flip 6 as opposed to the Fold 6. And having that completely closed hinge now across the Flip and Fold line is a big incentive to the Samsung models this time around as opposed to older generations. But where Samsung really hits their stride with this is the market they're trying to hit with this. This device feels much more like a standard phone that you would get, except it folds. Honestly, I would compare this device in its size when unfolded to the S24 Plus model. It's about the same size, granted a little bit more narrow, but overall it's the same size as a S24 Plus. So if you imagine having that device but folded and some of the benefits of a folding phone, then you kind of get an idea of how this device sits. And of course, with it being a folding phone, you get extra form factors that are nice to use with the device, where you wouldn't be able to get with a standard slab phone. Samsung has even taken initiatives with the accessories well with this device by implementing these new flip cases that do special things when the device is connected to it. We can see that the cover screen has changed and the back lights up. This is a really cool feature because this is something else that sets the Flip apart from other modern phones. It, again, adds the stylistic approach that Samsung is taking with this model and giving all these extra form factors and options to this phone to set it apart from its competitors and even other slab phones. But of course, like everything, it's not a perfect device. And some of the things that I think that aren't perfect is the price. The price is my biggest gripe of anything regarding the phone. It has increased by $100 as well, making the base model $1,099. So what do you get for that? Sure, you get a improved hinge, you get a better form factor, you get better cameras, a decreased crease, but is all that and its AI features worth an additional $100? I don't believe so still. This is just like the Fold 6 increasing by $100. These are already very pricey devices, and I don't feel that this should have been increased by $100. Two other improvements that I think Samsung could have done with the front cover screen. The cover screen is identical to the Flip 5 for the exception of these rings around the cameras to set it apart a little bit more, but the size of the front screen is basically the same. The same functions that you can do with the front screen with this widget layout is the same, and it's a little limiting on the front cover screen. You can get past this by utilizing Good Lock, which fully unlocks the system at that point to be more like a full-fledged Android system on the front cover screen where you can activate or open pretty much any app. But there's a lot of steps you have to take to get to that, where it should just be on by default to add any apps to the front cover screen that you may want to use. But beyond those two complaints, I think Samsung has done a great job on improving several of the pieces and the key factors that needed improved with this device, giving this a great solution over a standard slab phone that can fold. So beyond those two gripes, overall, I really think this is a great device. Does it have enough upgrades to merit an upgrade over the Z Flip 5? I do not believe so, but if you're coming from a Z Flip 3 or 4 or the first time into flipping phones, I think this is a great start with being around the price point of a lot of high-end phones without being at extreme costs like the book-style folding phones are, but giving you a lot of the additional features that are nice for folding phones, like laying on a table in tent mode or using it in half-opened position to use it as a mouse pad on the bottom to navigate on the top of the screen, to even the camera mode capabilities now in this position. I think Samsung has done a lot to improve and refine the Flip models. The Z Flip models are definitely have hit their groove and are probably in the stages of just refinement from this point on, and are great overall devices to own. So what's your thoughts on the Z Flip models and the current model that it just released? Will you be picking up one? Are you thinking about an upgrade? Or do you have questions about this device? And if you do, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.